Yesterday, we uploaded a video taking a deeper look at Horizon Forbidden West, some information you should know before you drop your money on the game, and here comes Sony with a nice update on the game with a lot of information regarding accessibility features. Now, there's a lot to go over, and they're actually doing a lot of things that I like, particularly on the difficulty side of things. Going the route of a lot of other games, and we'll get to everything in a little bit, but remember that the game does drop on February 18th, so there's going to be a lot of information coming out over the next few days, especially, I believe, embargo on the game ends on February the 14th, so expect the information to be dropping quite a bit, and if you are worried about specific spoilers, that is something to consider. We're just going to show footage that's already been out there, but story specifics, you might want to be a little bit careful over the next week and a half or so as we do get closer and closer to the release of the game. If you haven't checked out yesterday's video, go ahead and do that as well. I thought we did a pretty good job giving you guys a rundown of a lot of information. But now let's talk about these accessibility features, because Sony really came in clutch with this new PlayStation blog post coming from Brian Roberts, principal designer over at Guerrilla. Now, this is a lot of stuff to go over, so let's talk about it. Specifically, this comes from Brian Roberts, principal designer over at Guerrilla Games, noting with the launch of Horizon Forbidden West only a few days away, we are keen to share some of the accessibility features that will be available for our players. Early on in the game's development, we established that we wanted to bring the game to as many fans as possible and create an immersive and accessible experience that can be enjoyed by everyone. Some of these return from HZD, and some are newly added as we've continued to learn and understand more about the needs of players. Now, there's a lot to go over, so let's talk about it. First of all, we have general accessibility settings. That includes things like subtitles. You also have the option to change the size and background used with subtitles for better visibility. You can select your preferred language, both spoken and subtitles, when starting the game for the first time. You can find the Notebook, an expansive encyclopedia containing useful information about characters, machines, and data points found in the world. Now, when you talk about difficulty settings, there's going to have 5 different difficulty settings that are tailored to give you the experience you prefer. From story mode, which is the easiest, that eases the combat experience so you can focus on exploration and story. That was in Horizon Zero Dawn. At that, mode, it's literally like anybody can play the game. It's mind-numbingly easy, and you probably, if you're, playing video games regularly, I don't think you should play it on story mode, but, for first-timers, obviously, because it's still a great narrative to explore. And if you do find it a bit challenging, it's nice that they do include it in there, but if you're watching our channel, chances are you play a lot of video games, you're probably at least playing on normal, but you can go all the way up to very hard, which they know presents you with a tough, demanding combat experience and really tests your skills. They also have the custom difficulty setting, which allows you to adjust damage levels that Aloy deals and receives to and from enemies, giving more flexibility in adjusting combat difficulty. Like that more and more games are starting to do this, where it's fine to just have normal, easy, hard, very hard, insane, or whatever the tiers they want to go with. But now you see more and more games introducing a custom difficulty option. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy also had this, where you could really tinker around with a lot of settings, so if you do want to tailor the experience exactly how you want it, you can do that, so that is an option as well. They also note Horizon Forbidden West has a focus on hunting machines, then detaching and looting their resources to craft ammo and upgrade equipment. Many of these resources can be destroyed if not detached before the machine is killed. This can be challenging, so we have introduced an easy loot system. Turning the easy loot option on means that any resource components that are still attached when killing a machine are added to its loot inventory. This lessens the need to detach those components during combat. This system is the default for story and easy difficulties, as well as an option in custom mode. On top of that, you have controller settings. As Aloy is a skilled and agile hunter, it is important that the controls be as intuitive and comfortable to use, allowing Aloy to use her range to succeed. With this in mind, we have introduced a number of options to make these controls as accessible as possible. Forbidden West has a few presets for controls, including left-handed support. I'd like to see that, but we also implemented fully remappable gameplay controls with guidance on any potential conflicts, meaning you can fully customize which button or input does what. Awesome! Great to see that as well. And then you also have the co-pilot system, which grants a second PlayStation controller with mirrored controls access to the game. This only requires another controller, DualSense controller for PS5, DualShock 4 for PS4, and a second user profile. The co-pilot system was implemented thanks to incredible feedback and support from our sightless accessibility consultant. Okay, another really solid addition there. And then you also have optional motion sensor controls using the DualSense wireless controller's built-in accelerometer and gyroscope. You can make intuitive micro adjustments to aim shots for extra touch of precision. You've got sliders for sensitivity of movement. The PS5 version does make use of the adaptive triggers and vibrations on top of that, and there are settings for players that find these options challenging. You can change the vibration intensity on cinematics, traversal, combat UI, or the environment, and you can disable adaptive triggers when wielding weapons. Then you also have gameplay assist settings. You've got things like aim assist, auto sprint on foot, auto sprint on mount, swap move and look. Things like that have been added as well if you do want some assist with the gameplay aspects of Horizon Forbidden West. Again, auto sprint is there as well. So you have that on top of that. So yeah, there are also pop-up reminders on how to use abilities, weapons, or engage with certain enemies, which you can toggle on or off if you boot up the game again after shutting down your console. There's a story so far screen to help you get back into the story. And then you also have audio and visual settings, things like motion blur, camera shake, underwater camera shake, camera positioning, climbing annotations, always on, and then everything like that. So that's included. And then again, you have subtitle changes on top of that. So there's a lot of tinkering that you can do. For a console game, this is a lot more settings than you see in a lot of other games. PC, a lot of this stuff is typical, you know, controller remapping and things like that. We see that on PC games all the time, keyboard bindings, that's available. But nice to see a lot of different features being available so you can tailor the experience exactly how you want it, especially from a difficulty standpoint. You know, if you're trying to get somebody into a game for the first time, I could see, you know, people that really want to invest into an engaging story and things like that. Maybe not the biggest video game fans or anything. Horizon could be a game that's a gateway title for a lot of people. I could absolutely see Horizon being a gateway game for, you know, non-gamers to get more into video games, but yeah, if you don't have accessible, challenging options, that is going to be an issue. But the story mode in Horizon Zero Dawn was like anybody can jump into Horizon Zero Dawn story mode, and you know, you'll make it through no problem. So yeah, nice to see that come again. And then also, again, nice to see more depth in terms of altering the difficulty settings and making it a little bit more customized like a lot of other games are doing these days. Accessibility features on Horizon Forbidden West looking pretty solid there. But that's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.